Tomorrow morning, nobody loses just one job. Everyone does. Doctors, drivers, teachers, programmers, builders, chefs, even the people who created the AI. At first it sounds like freedom, no alarms, no commuting, no bosses, no work. But then billions of people discover a strange problem. Nobody has a salary anymore. In this scenario, AI does not replace only office workers. Robots grow food, build houses, deliver packages, clean streets, repair machines, and manufacture almost everything we use. AI systems diagnose illnesses, teach students, write software, manage businesses, and design new technology. They work faster than humans. They do not need salaries, holidays, or sleep. And eventually, almost every paid job disappears. Meet Daniel. Daniel works in a supermarket warehouse. Every morning, he scans boxes, organizes deliveries, and loads products onto trucks. Then one Monday, he arrives and finds the warehouse completely silent. Robots are moving every box, self-driving trucks are waiting outside, an AI system is managing the entire building. Daniel receives a message on his phone. Your position is no longer required. His manager receives the same message. So does the accountant. Eventually, even the engineers maintaining the system are replaced by machines that repair other machines. At first, the new world looks incredible. Food becomes cheaper because robots can farm day and night. Factories produce clothes, phones, and furniture with almost no labor costs. Construction becomes faster. Dangerous jobs disappear. Hospitals operate around the clock. Deliveries arrive within minutes. Humanity can produce more than ever before. But then the chain reaction begins. Companies no longer need workers. That saves them enormous amounts of money. But workers were not only employees, they were also customers. Daniel no longer receives a salary, so he stops buying new clothes. He cancels his subscriptions. He delays repairing his home. He stops visiting restaurants. Millions of other people do the same. Factories can produce more products than ever, but fewer people can afford to buy them. Soon, the contradiction becomes impossible to ignore. The world can produce almost everything people need, but most people have no way to pay for it. And this reveals the real problem. The problem is not that AI can do every job. The problem is who owns the AI. Imagine that one company owns the robots producing food, another owns the machines building homes. A few others control transportation, medicine, energy, and communication. Those companies continue earning money because they own the systems producing everything. Everyone else owns almost nothing. The world becomes incredibly rich, but most of that wealth flows to a small group of owners. Daniel now has unlimited free time, but he still needs food, he still needs a home, he still needs electricity. Freedom from work means very little if survival still requires money. Governments would be forced to respond. One solution could be a universal basic income. Every person would receive enough money to cover essential needs. Governments could fund it by taxing the companies that own the machines. Another solution could be public ownership. If society owns some of the robots producing food, housing, energy, and medicine, everyone could receive a share of what they produce. In that world, people might no longer work because they have to. They might work because they want to. Some would create art, others would study science. Some would care for children, help their communities, play sports, or start projects simply because they find them meaningful. But solving the income problem would not solve everything. Work gives many people more than money. It provides routine, social contact, status, and the feeling that someone needs them. At first, Daniel enjoys sleeping late. He watches films, plays games, and travels around the city. But after several months, every day starts to feel the same. Nobody needs him to be anywhere. Nobody depends on his skills. He has more freedom than ever, but no idea what to do with it. Humanity would face a new question. If your value no longer comes from your job, where does it come from? Some people would adapt quickly. Others might struggle with boredom, loneliness, or a loss of purpose. New communities, competitions, creative projects, and social roles would probably appear. People might still work, but work would no longer determine whether they survive. So what happens if AI replaces every job? It would not automatically create paradise, and it would not automatically create disaster. If a small group owns the machines, society could become richer than ever while most people lose their economic power. But if the wealth created by AI is shared, humans could gain more freedom than any generation in history. The future would depend less on how smart machines become and more on who owns them and benefits from what they produce.